6 of 7 right, Jim Mora.
How about that?
You missed on the best actor. And I think, knowing when you were here last week, you thought, as a toss-up, Eddie Redmayne, and
Right.
you went Michael Keaton.
Right, I went Michael Keaton. He didn't get it.
Yeah. But you nailed everything else right. You got everything else right.
You know that.
What?
I thought the picks I made were pretty obvious picks. I didn't think like I was going out on a limb.
Birdman over Boyhood, that was a toss-up in this town. Same with Eddie Redmayne over Michael Keaton.
Right, I realize that.
And by
one.
this town, I mean the town that your finger is firmly on the pulse of, Jim.
Yeah, I know. I got it pretty good. I do.
You know.
What?
And then the Oscar broadcast. We're going to talk about that when the radio audience returns.
Okay, good.
Because did you watch all 3 hours and 40
Yep.
minutes? All of it?
Every second.
No kidding. All right. The whole Lady Gaga, all that
Oh,
business?
man, was she good.
She was great.
Really good.
And then
What
Julie
a voice.
Andrews came out.
I liked her.
That was good.
Got a little emotional.
Did you get emotional?
A little bit.
Really?
Julie Andrews thing. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. The Sound of Music.
Wow.
I know.
I know. All right. This is great. Jim, you are here. We are here. You're going to come back, and we're going to break down this broadcast. And John Travolta touching Adele Dazeem's face. You don't do that with this man watching. You don't do that.
You really don't know. You think you know, but you don't know.
We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Oh, yeah. This man knows how to speak at a podium. He knows about speech making, and he knows his movies. So why not bring the Oscar maven of the Rich Eisen Show, the man who got 6 of 7 correct in this year's 2015 mini Oscar pool that we had him fill out for us here on the Rich Eisen Show. Back here in studio, Jim Mora. How are you?
How you doing,
Coach?
Rich? I'm doing great. How you doing?
Good to see you. You missed on Michael Keaton. That's the only one you want. You thought he'd win for Birdman. It was Eddie Redmayne.
Right, and either one, I thought either one had a good chance of winning it, but I didn't think the picks were that tough this year to pick the winner. For some reason, I didn't.
Well, Best Picture was really a toss-up in many people's minds between Birdman and Boyhood.
Yeah.
That was tight, and you went Birdman, and also for the director, you went Inarritu instead of Linklater, and
Yeah, but usually the director and the picture are the same, right?
yeah, not last year it wasn't though. I don't think it was. No, last year was. Wait a minute. No, last year wasn't. I don't know. That's where you're my maven on that front, but listen, you're right. Normally they are married together. Did you watch the entire broadcast?
Yes,
of the
I
Oscars?
did.
All 3 hours and 40 minutes.
The whole.
Well, it helps to be out here on the West
whole
Coast.
diddly poo.
Do you think it was?
See, you told me you wouldn't do that.
Do what?
The diddly poo thing. I don't like that one. That's one thing I don't like.
Why?
I don't know. It sounds wimpy.
No, it doesn't. It's classic, Jim.
Diddly
People
poo?
love you for that because you're.
What NFL coach says diddly poo?
Well, you've got a live microphone. You don't want to say what you probably were going to say.
No.
But the 3 hour, on the East Coast, we were watching it at the Combine Sunday night.
Yeah.
It's past midnight. I mean,
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
all just like wondering when this thing was going to end. But you watched all 3 hours and.
Yes.
Okay. There are some speech moments that we'd like you to critique.
Okay.
Okay. First up is the Polish director of what was this? Which movie was this?
It won for best foreign short film.
Okay, and he spoke through the music. Here, give it a listen. We're gonna play it all.
Oh, wrap up. Good. Okay, so quickly to the point. And to my Polish friends who are in front of the TV, the crew, who are in the trenches with us and who are totally drunk now, and you were fantastic. You were brilliant. You carried me through this film, and you are what I love about Poland. You are resilient, courageous, brave, and funny. And you can take a drink. And I would like to dedicate it to my late wife and my parents, who are not among the living, but who are totally inside this film, and they have a lot to do with the film. And my children, who are hopefully watching, who are still alive. Hey. Thank you. Victor and Maria. Victor and Maria, I love you. You are the main prize. Thank you.
They had to play him off twice, Jim.
Well, he's Polish. Maybe he didn't know what the music meant. Well, that could be.
Yes.
He didn't know. He figured they were
That was the
playing it.
punchline, huh? Yeah, but I mean, that was for best.
It was best foreign language film
which
for
you
Ida.
got,
That
which you
was-
got
yeah.
correct. But what'd you think of him?
Well,
That's
I
some
don't like
moxie,
it when
right?
all those people start thanking everybody in their family and all that kind of stuff. I mean, they do it for a reason, so the thing doesn't go on for 4 and 5 hours, you know, to get these people off there. And I know it's a big deal for him. I mean, you got to realize that. For him, this is huge, getting an Oscar. So he wants to thank the people that helped him get that Oscar, and you give him that opportunity, they do it. But I mean, there's a point where you just got to shut up and get off the stage.
Yeah, and they don't have a big cane. They
No.
can't get him off with, a
So
cane.
they play the music,
They just-
yeah.
and he just spoke through it.
Yeah, he just kept going like he didn't even hear it.
But some people think that's some good moxie out of him. You know, just keep doing it.
I get tired of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your critique on the Polish director.
Yeah, I think he overdid it.
Okay. Now comes Terrence Howard, who was supposed to read off the prompter. It sounds like the prompter might have either went down on him or he freelanced when he was introducing some films for Best Picture. Give a listen.
This film, this story about a young musician desperately trying to please his ruthless teacher, is a thrilling symphony that's both, it's mind-blowing. Our next film, is amazing. I'm blown away right now myself.
What do you think happened there,
I
Jim?
think he had a little bit too much to drink before the award ceremony. I really do. I think he had a little bit too much to drink.
He had a pop?
They must have had a pre-show party because he was out of it.
Yeah, well, the prompter may have gone down, maybe. You know what I mean? Like he's supposed to read off the prompter.
That prompter, it doesn't. Does it always? It works most of the time.
It
doesn't
usually does, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, and there's usually a backup to the prompter.
Maybe
in
he
case one
couldn't.
goes
Maybe
down.
he couldn't see. Maybe he didn't have his glasses on.
Or do you think he was just trying to get up there and act a little bit? You know?
I didn't get that impression.
It could have been his hustle and flow that he was doing.
Either
out
he
there.
couldn't read it, a little inebriated. He got kind of.
Do you ever have a moment where you froze at the podium? Where you forgot what you just stopped and you just stared off into space? Anything like that?
I think it happens to everybody. How about you? Does it ever happen to you? Here?
Oh, yeah. It happened to me, I think, a half an hour ago. Right here on this show. I mean, come on, Jim. I did 80 hours of television watching guys run in their underwear. Took a flight and I'm back here.
Speaking of underwear, how about
How about Neil Patrick Harris, huh? Stay tuned right there. We're going to take a 60-second break. When we come back, more Oscars review with our Oscar maven, our in-house Oscar maven, who thinks Terrence Howard had a pop. Then what do you think Travolta had? Holy smokes. We're back with Jim Mora and more Oscars talk also later in this hour with Krista Smith of Vanity Fair and your phone calls, 844-204-RICH. Don't go anywhere. The Rich Eisen Show back in a minute. Welcome back to the Rich Eisen Show. I've got Jim Mora here. The big moment last year's Oscars was when Idina Menzel was going to sing Let It Go from Frozen, which children of all ages are captive. Did you ever see Frozen? Did you ever see that movie, Frozen? You never did?
No.
It's really actually very good.
I've heard that.
I've seen it an absurd number of times for a man
Really?
my age. Well, I've got.
Oh, you got the kids.
You got the kids at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like my wife and I are going out to see Frozen together. I want to make sure you and anyone else who might have picked up an inference from Jim Mora, anybody who's listening or watching. No, but she's coming out to sing it, and John Travolta called her Adele Dazeem, and the whole world sort of stopped. Now she came out to introduce this year's winner for Best Song, and they played off of that. Here's what happened. Then Travolta came out and got a little handsy with Adele/Idina.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage my very dear friend, Glom Gazingo.
I deserve that. But you, my darling, my beautiful, my wickedly talented Idina Menzel.
You got it!
Is that right?
What'd you think of that moment, Jim?
I thought he was going to kiss her or something, you know. I I thought all that. It's a little overdid it. I thought he overdid it. I mean, it's kind of funny about the
name?
and all. Yeah, but he got a little carried away.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, what's he doing touching her face?
I don't know.
Everyone was wondering that.
It bothered me a little bit.
It did?
Yeah.
So you're sitting at home.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, what's he doing? I mean, I thought he was going to kiss her for a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, here he is caressing her chin and everything.
That
That bothered me a little bit. Look.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean?
I wonder what she thought of it.
I think she was a little creeped out by it.
I do too.
I thought she was wondering what's he doing right now. You don't touch another person's face.
Well, not
By
in
the
that
way.
kind of a situation.
No, I don't think in any situation. I can't imagine other than just, what we're telling our son, Susie and I are telling Xander, don't touch other kids in the face. You just don't do it. And there goes John Travolta, touching Princess Elsa in the face. It's not good for my kids. Especially
You
what
can
I'm
see
saying.
a lot of things worse than that on TV, though.
Maybe so.
Rich.
Well, he was definitely asleep by that point. Do we know what Jim Mora's Travolta name is?
The
Chris
site
Brockman?
wasn't working when I was trying it earlier.
Okay.
Let me try again.
Put Jim Mora's name into the Travolta name generator. It's something online that basically comes out and
Really?
Yeah. You never heard about that?
No.
Okay. Well,
Is
put Jim Mora's name in it. In the meantime, what'd you think of Neil Patrick Harris?
I like him. I really do. I like him.
Okay.
I thought he did a great job.
What'd you like?
Well, I like. He's classy. I mean, he's smart. He's classy. He's entertaining. He can entertaining. He can do a lot of different things. He can sing. He can dance. He can talk. He can be serious. He can be funny. I mean, I just think that a guy like him is a classy guy to host that show.
Yeah. Do you think he should get a second shot at hosting?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I like him. I like the guy. I think he's very talented.
I don't know what his material. They needed to just surround him with a little bit better jokes.
Okay. I felt like in previous years they've always got after some of the people in the audience and stuff that's happened, and I think that they're a little light on that this year.
What'd you think of him coming out in the tidy whities? Says a Birdman.
I thought that was funny.
You liked that?
I thought that was really funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the
I mean, that took some
gumption.
courage. That took some.
Oh man.
But anyway, I like the guy. I really do.
What movie are you going to see next? Is there anything out there that intrigues you? Anything that you've seen that they're like, I need to see that?
I haven't seen Still Alice yet.
Julianne Moore
I haven't
one for
seen
that?
that. I want to see that.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a movie coming out called Focus. I've seen the previews with
Margot Robbie. Do you like Margot Robbie? She's the blonde in that one.
Oh, is that who that is?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know her name.
Oh yeah. Now you do.
Yeah, now I do. Yeah, I've seen the previews of it. Looks pretty good.
Did you see her in Wolf of Wall Street? Did you see her? She was
Oh, that's the one.
That
I
is
saw
the
them.
one.
Okay, I didn't connect the two. Yeah.
Now you have.
Now I have. Yeah.
Now you have.
Yeah, she's a fox.
She is.
She's a fox. She's a
I thought
hottie.
Mila Kunis was the only way that you could.
Oh, I like Mila Kunis.
I know you
yeah.
do. We're trying to fix you up with that.
Yeah, I know. You've been saying that for years.
We're trying. By the way, I'm trying to do that. I've got the West Coast editor of Vanity Fair who's coming in after you. You should go meet her. She's a big football fan. That would be an achievement of my career if I get you invited to a Vanity Fair party.
Oh, man, would I love that.
You would. You'd be great at it. You'd be great
I'd
going
be
there.
great. I'd be like,
You'd be great going there. That'd be awesome. And we got one of the stars of Focus, right? Now we're number 3 coming here.
That's right, Adrian Martinez. He's also in the Aaron Rodgers State Farm commercial.
That's right. He's the guy who goes crazy in those commercials.
Yeah, the cheesehead.
And now he's going to be with Will Smith and Margot Robbie in a movie. Is that name generator working?
It's actually crashed. Yeah, it's down.
It's crashed?
Yeah, post-Oscars crashed.
It
What
crashed?
a bummer. My name is Reese Edgens. That's my Travolta name.
well, how oh, okay. I see
I
what
think they
you
garble
do.
it. I thought Neil Patrick Harris's best joke is saying that Benedict Cumberbatch is what John Travolta would call Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I know. That was funny.
I thought that was very funny.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Hey, Jim, I want this to be a regular thing, not just because the Oscars
I'll
are
be
rolling
back
around. Okay,
whenever you
please?
want.
We'll have you back in maybe in about a month's time to review Focus and other these movies that are in the theaters.
Fine, I enjoy
Fantastic.
it.
Good to see you.
Okay,
bud.
see ya. Thanks
You
a
bet.
lot.
That's Jim Mora.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.